Okay, so in this video we're going to show you how to clean your nitrogen cold brew coffee unit using the Bev Clean coffee line cleaner. You have also been included a set of instructions how to use, and step-by-step instructions on how to use this Bev Clean coffee line cleaner. You're also included some of the tools that you're going to need to use for this process. I'm going to step back now and Scott's going to show you how to clean these coffee lines.
Alright, first before you do anything, make sure you're wearing eye protection and hand protection, as the chemical can be a little irritating and you definitely don't want it in your eyes or on your skin. We're going to start by simply just taking the bib connector off of the coffee and connect it to the Bev Clean just like so. Make sure it's flush just like the coffee. And you will take a bucket and you will draw through on both sides until the clear Bev Clean comes through. Notice how it's getting clear every pump. And come over here. Clear it out. Alright. So now you're going to want to let that soak for a little bit.
I think the instruction says you should let it soak for 15 minutes. Now what you're going to want to do is with your bucket is to pour a little bit of cleaner in your bucket so you can clean your faucets. As long as you got a couple inches in the bottom of that bucket, it should be plenty. Okay? At this time, you can go ahead and disconnect your cleaner and turn off your gas. Now you want to open up a faucet to release the pressure. Once the pressure has been released, you can go ahead and remove the faucets. Take off the handles, take off the tip of this nitrogen faucet, and then using a spanner wrench, you can take off the faucets. Now these are right-handed threads, but you're looking at them backwards, so it looks like you're tightening them when you're actually loosening them. Okay. Now what we'll want to do is get a towel too and wipe out the inside of those shanks. Scott will show you that in a little bit. So you go ahead and unscrew this faucet and set all the stuff in the bucket. You go ahead and let that soak for a little while, and then you can get your faucet brushes that were included in your toolkit. And you take them over to a sink, and we're going to go ahead and brush them and rinse them out and put them back together.
Make sure you're going in every opening, top and bottom. Brush out the insides. Check around the diaphragm on the stout faucet. Make sure nothing's built up around here. Brush it and rinse it if need be. Same with the flow control faucet. Rinse again if need be. And check all the individual pieces, brush any residue, anything off that you see.
One final rinse in the bucket, it's not going to hurt. You put all the parts back in the bucket, give it a nice good rinse. And then we'll lay these faucet parts out. There's two different types of faucets. So you can we'll lay them out, so they match up. And where's the spout for the spout faucet? Of course, that is something that you would have wanted to soak and clean and brush out also. So Scott's going to go ahead and put together the spout faucet.
Make sure on the front here you'll see a notch cut out. That always goes directly to the front. You'll feel it lock in before you thread. Thread it all the way down as far as you can until it's tight. And then your spout will go on the end until it's snugged up against the washer. Now the flow control faucet can be a little more finicky to put together. Start by putting the plunger in. There's a hole on one side. Put that hole in towards this side here. You want to look in there and see that hole in there. This part here is what lines up and goes into that hole there. So when you put that in, you're going to line that up as close as you can. Tighten that up and check for proper movement on that. Have your last piece here, this small piece here on top of, right by the ball that seals in here, has two flat sides on either side of it. You'll also see on the top here, there's two flats here. Those have to line up. So push that in, and you'll see how that sits flush in there. Take this part, screw it back on until it's tight, then screw your butt all the way down, and then that's back together as well. Now we'll take these back over to the coffee machine and first clean out the shank with a towel. Make sure there's no residue of coffee or anything in there. Now is a good time to check your threads as well. Make sure there's no gunk built up around the shanks. You can use the smaller brush that's included to get anything out with there if anything's building up. And then reinstalling them is just reverse order of taking them off.
Scott, on the next one, I wanted to show them how you have teeth. You actually have some teeth here that it's hard to see them on the video on the inside of the shank, and then you actually have some teeth on the inside of the faucet too. So you should be able to see those teeth, and those teeth are kind of what locks it in position.
So you can see, you can kind of line it up however you need to on the teeth, but just get it started on there, and that's what will kind of keep you locked in. So then take your spanner wrench, just snug it up against the washer. And then you just screw your markers back on. Alright. Now with the Bev Clean, since it's a rinse-free product, you would just then, you're able to just then re-hook up your coffee. Once again, making sure it's flush against the back ring here. Grab your bucket. Turn your gas back on. And then push the Bev Clean out with the coffee until you see the coffee flowing through. Do that on both sides.
I think you're good to go.
You're good to go.
You can go ahead and discard your what you drew off there. Put your bed clean away. Put your tools away, someplace you know where you'll have them next time. And then we'll do another video on the how to clean when using the Micromatic coffee line cleaner. So when cleaning with the Micromatic coffee cleaner, now this is you have to rinse this. This is a little bit stronger, a little more caustic cleaner than what the Bev Clean is, but it also does a much thorough and better job. You always want to use this when you got some buildup going. But we got to get there's not a hookup for that for the bib, so we actually provided one for you. It's just a little extension of a hose that you would actually unscrew the bag in the box, screw it on there, and then you would actually dip the hose inside the 1 gallon container. And after, in the same principle, you would actually draw it through just like we did the Bev Clean, put some in a bucket to clean your faucets, so on and so forth. Then when you're done cleaning this, you actually want to use it with clean rinse water. You can just use tap water. You can put the hose in there and just draw the rinse water through like that. Okay? So anyways, so it's a little bit most of the steps are the same. You just got to make sure you rinse this one, and we just got quite a little bit different hookup since the Micromatic coffee cleaner is not in a bag in a box.